Yo, what's up guys? It's me, Zach Lee, back bringing you some more daily NBA news and updates. And you guys have no idea how good it feels to be back, to be saying that. Every day that I was out of town and went without posting, it was driving me crazy. You have no idea how badly I wanted to do these videos while I was away. So now to be able to do them, it's a great feeling. To be honest, to keep it real with you guys, I feel like you guys are the ones that should be giving me the updates this time, because while I was away, I had no clue what was going on. But we do have a couple of things to talk about today, so let's just get right into it after I give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video. You guys know them too well. They're taking over the NBA community. SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the app that is a must-have for NBA fans who enjoy or want to go see games live. They let you see the view from the seat before you purchase, as well as rank the seats on a scale from 1 to 100 to make sure that you are getting the absolute best deal. Speaking of best deal, you can enter the promo code SDC to receive $20 off your first order to make it an even better deal. Download the app in the description box below. Now, Lego. LeBron James, the first player, coach, owner, GM, trainer, water boy, ball boy, all in one that the NBA has ever seen. That's been the run-on joke ever since LeBron James came to the Cleveland Cavaliers. Everyone knows LeBron James is the one pulling the strings. Everyone knows LeBron James is the one who decides who the team signs. Everyone knows LeBron James is the one that decides what plays they run. Everyone knows LeBron James is the one who decides whether or not Tyronn Lue gets fired. Everyone knows LeBron James decides everything for the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's for the most part what people have been saying about LeBron. However, in the past, that was more of speculation. Granted, they were pretty good assumptions, but there was never any hard proof that said LeBron James is the end-all, be-all for the Cleveland Cavaliers. There's never been any 100% evidence until now. I'm sure most of you guys know by now that Kevin Love will be the starting center for the Cleveland Cavaliers this upcoming season. We talked about this before on this channel. He'll be starting the 5 and Tristan Thompson will be coming off the bench. And normally changes like that are made by the head coach. That's one of the main responsibilities of the head coach, is to come up with the player rotation. And I guess you could say that this was a decision made by the head coach, but the head coach isn't Tyronn Lue. The head coach is LeBron James, and LeBron James is the one who decided that Kevin Love will be starting this year at center for the Cleveland Cavaliers. But a funny thing happened the third day of practice. I asked about a certain play on the defensive end and whether it was different coverages on the 4 or 5 man, and Bron kind of stopped me and goes, "You know you're gonna be starting at the 5, right?" So I kind of looked at him and I didn't really fully understand that was going to be the case. Not that I would have trained or done anything different, I just would have started wrapping my head around it more. So that's what I kind of knew what was coming into play, and I slowly and surely started to pick it up. That was Kevin Love on finding out that he was going to be playing center for the Cleveland Cavaliers this year. He was told by LeBron James. So this means either one of two things happened. That LeBron James went to Tyronn Lue and said, "Tyronn, you gotta tell Kevin Love that he's starting at center this year." Tyronn Lue didn't tell him for some reason, so LeBron was like, "Hey, didn't Lue tell you that you was about to be starting in the center?" Or another option is that Tyronn Lue told LeBron James that Kevin Love would be starting at center before he told Kevin Love that Kevin Love would be starting at center, which I don't know why he would do. So it sounds like LeBron James is the one who actually made the decision that Kevin Love will be starting at center for the Cleveland Cavaliers, which pretty much confirms that LeBron James is the real head coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers. If you decide who starts at what position, then you are the coach. You have the power. Tyronn Lue, you're just the mascot. And honestly, I feel like the same thing just happened with this whole Dwyane Wade, J.R. Smith situation too. As we all know, when Dwyane Wade signed with the Cleveland Cavaliers, Tyronn Lue said that he will be coming off the bench and J.R. Smith would be the starting 2 guard. I'm guessing LeBron James didn't like that too much, because now, all of a sudden, Dwyane Wade is the starting shooting guard and J.R. Smith is the one coming off the bench. LeBron James went up to Tyronn Lue and said, "You're putting my best friend on the bench? You're putting Dwyane Wade on the bench for J.R. Smith? Do you want to lose your job?" And thus, Dwyane Wade is now starting. LeBron James is the first player, coach, general manager in NBA history. One guy you for sure don't want to make angry, you don't want to give him a reason to go at you at all in any game, is Russell Westbrook. We saw what happened last year when he was upset, when he was going at guys' throats. The dude averaged 31 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists per game. The Warriors had to see what was going on, didn't they? Yeah, of course they did. They were the ones with the biggest target on their back by Russell Westbrook. He wanted to take them down the most, and maybe too much. Maybe he got a little overexcited, a little too much emotion during those games, because he didn't play particularly well against the Golden State Warriors last year. You look at the stat line and you see 27 points, 10 rebounds, 9.5 assists per game, and you're like, what are you talking about, SDC? He almost averaged a triple-double against him. They couldn't do anything to stop Russell Westbrook. But then you look a little bit deeper into those stats and you see that he averaged 8 turnovers a game against the Golden State Warriors, and not only that, but he only shot 37% from the field, and none of those games were good games. Not good on Russell Westbrook's part, nor were they good in terms of an actual game. Like, they weren't close. And that's because I guess that the Golden State Warriors believe Russell Westbrook's style of play is extremely easy to defend, and they're not scared of him at all. The Warriors don't fear Westbrook because his style of play is so easy to defend, it's like cake to them. That's what Zach Lowe said on his podcast that the Warriors said about Russell Westbrook. And I already can see it. I can already imagine the amount of Thunder fans that are fuming at these statements. Anytime the Warriors say something negative about the Thunder, especially Russell Westbrook, they're ready to explode. However, I understand where you guys are coming from. He's your prize player. You don't want anyone saying anything bad about him. But just take a second here, calm down, and think about this. Last year, this was clearly, obviously the case. There's nothing you can say to dispute that. The stats backed it up. Like I said, he almost averaged a triple-double, but 8 turnovers a game and 37% shooting from the field, and the games weren't close. They had Russell Westbrook's number. There was nothing Russell Westbrook could do in his wildest dreams to beat the Golden State Warriors last year. They weren't scared of him whatsoever. And I think that's also going to be the case this year. I don't think the Golden State Warriors are afraid of Russell Westbrook, but I do think they are afraid of the Oklahoma City Thunder. Last year, Russell Westbrook was the Oklahoma City Thunder. This year, we all know that's not about to be the case. The dude got Paul George and Carmelo Anthony on his team now. That's a lot of firepower. Everyone knows that Russell Westbrook is still the key for the Thunder to reach their full potential this upcoming season. He's gonna have to adjust his style of play a little bit, play a little more in control, and I think that should also scare the Golden State Warriors and every other team in the NBA. I have said it before that I will take a more in control Russell Westbrook who puts up 26, 27 points, 9 assists, and 5 or 6 rebounds per game instead of the more Tasmanian devil-like Russell Westbrook that we saw last year, who was wrecking through everybody but averaged a triple-double. Low-key, like the lowest of keys, if you really think about it, in control Russell Westbrook, who cuts down on the turnovers and some of the bad decisions, kind of sounds just like a small point guard version of LeBron James. That's an extremely scary thought. And then you combine that with Paul George and Carmelo Anthony, who are two guys both looking to prove that they are capable of winning. And then you also have Steven Adams and Andre Roberson, who are on a mission to complete what the Thunder couldn't do back when they had Durant a couple of years ago. Then that is a nightmare for the Golden State Warriors. I'm not saying that the Thunder are going to beat the Golden State Warriors. I'm not saying I would pick the Thunder to win in a series against the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors are still the heavy favorites to win that series. However, that doesn't mean that they aren't scared or nervous about going up against the Thunder if the two teams meet in the playoffs, because it's not a sure thing that the Warriors will be able to escape that with the win. So, are they scared of Westbrook anymore? No, they're not. But they are terrified of the Oklahoma City Thunder. One of the biggest things that happened while I was gone was the Philadelphia 76ers giving Joel Embiid a 5-year, $146 million contract. I still remember where I was when I heard that. A bunch of us were talking to Caron Butler, and then he found out, and let's just say he wasn't too thrilled to find out that after playing 31 games over the course of his first 3 years in the NBA, that he'd be getting nearly $30 million a year. And it is kind of ridiculous. Look, Embiid, of course, has all the talent in the world to become one of the best players in the NBA. Problem is, on most nights, you see that talent sitting down on the bench in street clothes. I have no problem with the Sixers signing him to this deal. The only thing is, I just would have waited. There was no reason that they had to get the deal done right now. Embiid is still on contract for one more year. He won't be a restricted free agent until next summer, so they just could have waited to see if he will stay healthy this year before deciding to throw $150 million at him. They didn't. However, what they did do is take some precautions in his contract. Some more details of Joel Embiid's contract just leaked, and it actually kind of makes sense now why the Sixers felt okay giving him this much money. There was a clause in his contract that says if Embiid suffers a severe back or foot injury that causes him to miss 25 or more regular season games in the first 3 years of his contract, they can waive him without paying him all of the money that he is owed. Basically, they said, if you get injured, it's bye-bye. And on top of that, Embiid also has to play at least 1,650 minutes every season for the first 3 years, which isn't much at all. It only comes out to about 20 minutes per game if he played all 82 games over the course of a season. However, we all know that Joel Embiid is not going to get anywhere close to playing 82 games every year for the next 3 years. So let's say he misses around 20 games per year. He still only has to average 25 minutes per game over 62 games in order to keep his contract. That's not much at all. So basically it's going to happen unless he suffers a severe injury that causes him to miss 25 games, which they'll waive him for anyway. So that's the whole situation with Joel Embiid, and I'm just really hoping that it does work out for him. I would hate to see anything happen to Joel Embiid because just stay healthy. He has potential to be one of the best big men that the NBA has ever seen. Philly fan or not, which I am not a Philly fan, that's just a shame to see such a talent wasted. So please, please stay healthy, Joel Embiid. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Let me know what you think about all of this down in the comment section below. Thank you once again for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more daily NBA videos. And until tomorrow, keep getting the buckets, Team SDC, and I'm out of here.